So today is a special day. You know what? Usually, what happens is we will give the ingredients of everything, and then we will move on to the recipe. But today, and then we will tell you that what is a nutritional fact and what is why we are eating and all that. But then we are going the other way around. So I'll just come back to you. But before we begin, let's begin with our invocation prayer and use. Are you able to see the screen, Radha Govinda deities on the screen?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay, thank you. Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Salakya Chakshura Unmilitana Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam. He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute तप्त कांचन गौरंगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छकल्पतारुभ्यस्य कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधारा श्रीवासवादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. All our obeisance to Radha Govinda, ISKCON Temple, Mangalore, and the deities who are just so beautiful. And let's give our total respects and Dandavat Pranam to all the devotees who are here. And without you, this interaction is absolutely not possible. We could not have had this opportunity. And repeatedly, I have been writing also that do not leave the platform, do not leave this journey in between. Don't get down from the running train. This is a beautiful thing. The second module is going on. We have really crossed half of the river. I mean, I wouldn't say ocean because that we cannot cross. So please be with us, And if you find a lot of posts are there, just read and you can delete. So your phones will not hang if that is the reason. And be with us. Anything that you have, any concern, any issue, please write to us. We are here to make sure that you are comfortable and you all get the certificate and go to level 2 where we will have a detailed study. So having said, we did a lot of work on, this is a bridge course also. We are doing 10-15 minutes along with Bhagavad Gita. Basically, we are trying to connect, my mental well-being, why should I be, and why should I control the mind? What is the requirement? How do I have this self-confidence? And if my self-esteem, my life skills needs to be developed, then how do I do it? So how part we have been watching, and we are also seeing the same thing Arjuna is going through, and he's asking on behalf of us, he's asking questions. So today we will see why do we need to control the mind? In Kali Yuga, what is the requirement? Why do we need to? Is it just for unalloyed devotional service, or in this material world, we're all conditioned souls? Is that because of that? And how do I do it? You're been going through the process. Okay, it's the other way around. How do I do it? But then why do I do it? That is what we will see today. Okay, so this I have already shared this with you. If I remember, I had shared this with you. Being a slave to the bad habit or a servant of a good habit, the choice is yours. The choice is yours. So we need to understand that this is the power of habits. You become so addicted. So what does Prabhupada says? One who cannot control his mind lives always with the greatest enemy, and thus his life and its mission are spoiled. The constitutional position of living entity is to carry out the order of the superior. Now, whatever. So the sixth chapter, sixth shloka clearly says this is the explanation what in the purport what Prabhupada has given, we need to, living entity is to carry out the order of the superior. As long as one's mind remains an unconquered enemy, one has to serve the dictations of lust, anger, awareness, illusion, etc. You all know lust, greed, anger, it's all the gateway for the hell. But when the mind is conquered, one voluntarily agrees to abide by the dictation of the personality of Godhead. So once it is conquered, then everything is in your hands. Who is situated within the heart of everyone as Paramatma, Brahman, and then you are seeing that the Paramatma, Bhagavan. Paramatma is only one. Is only one. So this also I have shared it with you, that in spite of so much of negativity around us, still what we are seeing is the tree is being pulled by the elephant, and already the branches are being cut by those the two big rats which is sitting, the beehive on the tree. And then if he has, so we are all, it is the representation of us in this material world. Like down you see the well, the pond, the well, whatever, it has all the snakes, but still the beehive has drops of honey, that we are very happy. What does it mean? We are very happy with that drops of honey, in spite of the environment around us is so much of danger, chaos, confusion. So that is the reason this has been again shown to you all, that in spite of, but then yes, Krishna is watching. He's on the Garuda and he's watching you. So Bandhur Atmat Manastasya Yenatmaivatmana Jitah Anatmanastu Shatrutve Vartetatmaiva Shatruvat. For him who has conquered the mind is the best of friends. But for one who has failed to do so, his mind will remain the greatest enemy. This is what we are going to see. Why should I control? Let it go. It's all right. So this word you would have heard always, like, let it go, let it go. I hear many times. One who thinks that he has the many enemies is an ignorant man. If I think, I have a lot of enemies, people don't like me, all of them around me are like this. A person in knowledge knows that there are no enemies, but those within oneself, the uncontrolled mind and senses. Those who have the knowledge will always understand that there are no enemies. It's only within oneself. What I perceive, what I see around me is all up to me. How do I perceive? I am not a perfect person. So how do I say that this person has got this weakness, that person is so like this? We don't have any right. So those who are having into the devotional service, they can never do any, do not analyze people. DAP. Yesterday also we heard that do not have assumptions. Let us not assume things. Maybe, may not be, but we need not do that. We are wasting our time. So we will see that why do we need to really control our mind? These are all some of the techniques which has been given. In fact, this is the bridge course. There are 27 techniques, and we will try to see one by one, but this is the base. And we have been having different categories, trying to connect it with that particular chapter. So chapter 10, if you see that he is a Paramatma, and all his opulences we are going to see. We are nowhere near, and nobody can match him. But then, unless and until we have the mind controlled in this sort of an environment, we cannot reach him. So why do we do that? Need for mind control. So we'll begin with this. Now, what is this modern society? I need the best of, BMW, Mercedes, whatever, some common facts. So always on rise. Whenever, I'm very sorry, morning itself, you would have seen the news, or you would have, and you don't want to see all this, but this is what is actually around us. What is happening is murder, suicide, violence, corruption, mental stress, divorce, drug addiction, which we don't want to see. But then the news, any channel you turn it in, and then you will see, here and there and everywhere, these are the news items. So you can see this violence, public unrest, war, terrorism, steadily increasing every year around the world, not only in one place. But what are the main problems facing society today? This is the Time magazine poll. It's just the base, okay? You don't really get into the exact data and all, but first is crime, the second is lack of morality. There is no moral. We all had one value book, moral stories, moral book, we used to have from the elementary classes onwards. After some time, it became just a storybook and they left it. We were supposed to apply and come back and tell the teacher also that, what I went through. Unfortunately, that is the lack of morality. So number of drug users in European Union is 7.4 million. Number of serious drug addicts in European Union is 1.8 million. Well, the data keep changing, and in US around, even in my college itself, I've a lot of, without drug, the high school students onwards, and it is happening in India also, the drug users. Okay, so number of divorces per 100 marriage. In US, it's 55. No, it has gone to 72%. Canada, 45. Denmark, 40. Okay, so the divorce rate is so high. Single parent and, lonely person, unmarried couple, and the child doesn't have the parents. So you can imagine, out of 100 marriages, this is what is happening. That sanctity is not there, and the meaning for the marriage is not there. So they say it's a lot of paper, a lot of work, and it is of no use. I hear from the students here, at least, I don't know, in India that may not be so bad. Average number of suicides in Japan every year, 22,500. Approximately number of attempted suicide in a US in a year, like 65,000. They try, so mostly it happens in teens, in high school. It's a lot of pressure, and when I make them write the essay, I have seen they write, the moment that my father left my mother, and my mother and I, we were on roads. See, when I used to work in India, I always used to think, oh my God, these girls need help, those boys need help, the high school students need help, but we are all blessed. India is much more, in India, the students, the youth, the teens are much more blessed. Things are changing like the way it is here. But what I find, in at least every semester, I have around 100 to 150 students, and what they write and what they give the feedback is, they feel like, getting away and coming out because of the divorce, because of the single parent, because the parent, because they don't have the job, they don't have money. So a lot of what we see outside, and at least the support, the extended families, there are spiritual, there are a lot of those austerities at home, there is somebody to, in the extended family, somebody to support. Those things are still there in the culture. Okay, so almost 10% of India's GDP contribution is from alcohol, gambling, and tobacco industries. Of all Indians, 50% consume tobacco, 33% consume alcohol. We were actually training the students in Indonesia to make sure that, they will say no for the tobacco industry, a lot of revenue. So in Indonesia, and we were having some training in Bandung and Jakarta. I still remember the students were trained to say no and quit smoking, no smoking, and the teachers rushed outside. I just went and peeked out and I saw the teachers smoking. What was their role model? So we cannot help, because it gives so much of revenue to the state, and in many states in India also, like the other shops are all closed, the malls are closed, but then the alcohol, and for that there is no social distancing and all, they will still stand and buy. So so are we really advancing in the right direction? We think we are modern. We have so much of, so many Nobel laureates who have, discovered, who have invented a lot of things. And then, are we really in the right direction? What is it? those intelligence, and we have really not nurtured and gone anywhere near the spiritual quotient. Why is there so much of chaos and confusion in society? This is the most important question. Then Srila Prabhupada, this also I shared with you, with a pack of dogs in a room, how can we expect peace? There's no peace. There's no peace at home. There's no peace in the community. There's no peace in the society. Then naturally there is no peace in the around you, in the environment. So Krishna in the 6th chapter, this is what we just had read also. Bandhur Atmanas Tasya Enatma Atmano Jitav. Atmana se chaturve vartatmaya chatruvat. So for who has conquered the mind, it's all in the mind. Okay, the mind is the best of friends, but for one who is paid to do so, his mind will remain the greatest enemy. So how can we expect peace and happiness when such things happen? You're seeing this. So much of pollution, and we will talk and talk and talk, and what is that we are doing in action? So uncontrolled mind. Yesterday we had the confidence, how to build up confidence. That's why I said stress, coping with stress, dealing with emotions, all that, how we did. Now we are saying that, if we have uncontrolled mind, how it leads to all this. Lack of confidence, lack of trust, madness, like we are in the mode of ignorance, damage to oneself, family and society. Then weakened determination, there's no determination, dangerous diseases, hypertension, depression, stress. So what can it do to you? What can it do to you? These are the things. It can bring in all this uncontrolled mind, right? How can we expect peace and happiness with this? So we also saw in the Ashtanga Yoga, some of the physical methods, Yama, Niyama, Pratyahara, Ahara, all those you did see, but the main focus is, these are all only physical. Okay, yogasanas, pranayama, purification techniques, and sitting postures. This we saw in the Ashtanga Yoga in the chapter 6. So how many of you are able to give time for 5 minutes and do the japa, the Mahamantra japa? That japa itself is the pranayama. It is so good, especially morning when you do it. So these are, so why do we need to control the mind? We have seen, and this is one of the technique. Okay, one of the technique. So we begin with the pranayama in the morning, and the Arghya Pradhana, and then raising the hand, worshipping or giving obeisance to the sun standing outside and giving the peace. So we will see, if you are in the mode of goodness, how one perceives the nature, and chirping birds and everything. If somebody is in the mode of rajas or in the mode of passion, then how one perceives, and how the same bird chirping and beautiful scenery is being perceived by the mode of ignorant people, that is tamasic people. So okay, the sleeping and lazy people, you will see that. So above everything, the foods in the mode of goodness, that is, if we have the food in the fridge, food in the mode of goodness increase the duration of life. The food which has got life in it, the food that has got life in it with the life force, purify one's existence and give strength, health, happiness, and satisfaction. We all go for organic. I mean, that's how it is. Like, we have been, actually cultivating, we have been having without any manure, with the cow dung, and that's what was happening. So that food which you offer to Krishna, yesterday we have seen, palam toyam, yome chit, whatever you give, such nourishing foods are sweet, palatable, juicy, fattening, and palatable. Foods that are too bitter, too sour, salty, pungent, dry, hot are liked by people in the modes of passion. Such foods cause pain, distress, and disease. Food cooked more than 3 hours before being eaten, which is tasteless, stale, putrid, decomposed, unclean, is the food liked by people in the mode of ignorance. This will come in 17th chapter, But because it's like, just finished your Ekadashi and today is Dwadashi. So just fruits after 11 days, 1 day, just fruits. That is it. And then, you break that fast, interim fasting. So what food basically, how food is related? All your nerves, I mean, the Ayurveda also talks about it. And there are a lot of scriptures. Vedas are knowledge, right? So what food you can take, what food you cannot take, which food triggers what. And you should listen to Amrinder Singh Das Prabhu, his video. We will try to share also. Why onion and garlic, what does it give? And different scriptures, different culture. It's not only in India, it's not only in our Vedas, it is not only in our scriptures, it is not only in Bhagavad Gita, or there is one Deshika Ahara Niyamam, all that. But it is in Egypt, Rome, Italy, European, lot of countries, lot of cultures, they have this. Greek, Egypt. So those you know this culture and those scriptures they have has the evidence that what is the food which makes you get into the laziness or the mode of passion and mode of ignorance, and which is the food which will give you the mode of goodness. So how this food is connected? The mode of goodness, automatically your mind can be controlled. That is the reason why food is very, very important. Everybody going for different, I don't know, Zomato, what all you have, fast food, and going here and there. We don't even know with what vibrations they have cooked in the restaurant, with what vibration, with what mental status they have cooked. And did you offer it to Krishna? There are so many things. The processing of that food, making the food, offering the food, everything comes into your mind control, your mind. Okay, it has a major role in your in the controlling of the mind. We will have it in detail in the 17th chapter. Eat sattvic food. So I am not going to go into detail in this. What is sattvic food? Please try to find out and make sure that you go for the sattvic food. Okay. So I don't know how many of you may be in the hostel, but still you can choose, you can find out, you can ask for certain things, you can make sure that your food, which doesn't have chemicals. Now we need to think about, all those chemical causing agent also. But if you're at home, if you're cooking yourself, make sure that you eat sattvic food. That is going to help you in your mind control, or in the mode of goodness rather than the passion. Passion, all hot, spicy food, it will create those lethargy, anxiety, irritation, frustration, sadness, unhappiness, everything. Okay, so yesterday we saw, now we move on slowly from the chapter, from the mind control. Why do we need to do the mind control? We will also go through tomorrow again how. So that how part is more important. What is mind control? We have said, and we have also said why. The techniques are required now. Few techniques we have already said. That is how the Bhagavad Gita, although we say it is all bhakti now in these 6 chapters, but from the beginning, we have seen that devotional service, how it is going to help. The same way, the mind control techniques also we are learning. We are also learning why do we need to, and how do we do it. Okay. So yesterday was the most confidential knowledge which was given by Krishna. So Bhagavat Aishwarya Jnana. Okay. Raja Vidya Raja Guhyam. Confidential knowledge, we had more confidential knowledge. Guhyam, Guhyataram, and Guhyatamam. That is, Guhyam is the most confidential knowledge, because Arjuna is not envious. Arjuna is not an envious person. Arjuna is being the not only is Sakha, but Krishna's totally dedicated. And you will see in the 10th chapter, he has agreed, you are the Parandama, you are the Paramatma. So we will slowly see that. ways to approach Krishna also. We have seen, we have been going through this Navavida Bhakti, which is the process, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, Archanam, Pada Sevanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Vandanam, Atma Nivedanam. This we had been, I think repeatedly I'm saying, and you're all into this. Do not ever doubt yourself. You have the faith, you have the trust, that is why you're here, and don't get down from this train. And we will travel together to ultimately to achieve that goal. And what is that goal? That is to total liberation. And for this, there will be a lot of hurdles. It's not easy. Lot of hurdles. People around you, and they will, there will be a lot of deterring, there will be a lot of diversions, there will be a lot of things which will divert you. But then sweetness of devotion, that without any illusion, without any delusion, you have to have that unalloyed devotion, like the oil that is pouring. That is how your devotion has to be. Manmana bhava mad bhakto. That was the thing yesterday we saw. Today we move on to Vibhuti Yoga. What is Vibhuti Yoga? The opulence of the Absolute, the glories. He is the only one, Krishna is the only one who has full strength, full fame, 6 opulences main. Nobody can have any comparison. There is no comparison because he is all in all. He is the only one. So full of wealth, full of knowledge, full of beauty. Krishna means beauty. Renunciation, that is Bhagavan. Okay. So Grishma Mataji, you're there?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay. Okay. You can start the first shloka.
Shri
Whenever you
Bhagavan...
leave, we will take over.
Okay, Mataji. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Bhuya eva mahabaho shrunu me paramam vachaha yatte ham priyamanaya vakshyami hitakamyaya.
Hitakamyaya. So Shri Bhagavan says now, the Supreme Lord said, my dear friend, mighty armed Arjuna, listen again. Shruno. At least 10-15 times he has said. Now after 11th chapter, he will not say Shruno. Because right now he's been saying, listen again to my supreme word. This is a supreme word, which I shall impart to you for your benefit and which will give you great joy. What is this image? What is this picture? What does it show? Anyone can unmute and say, who is sitting and who is lying down?
Arjuna is sitting and Krishna is lying.
Who else is sitting?
Duryodhana.
Very good. Thank you, Mataji. So, where is Arjuna sitting?
Near Krishna's.
Near Krishna's feet. Okay. And Duryodhana is sitting near the head. Now tell me, what does it show? What does
Respect.
it show? Respect. Very good. So when you bow and touch somebody's feet, the elder's feet, the scientifically, the adrenal glands releases, the hormones which gets released. It reflects on your face, that sort of a compassion. Automatically, the person who is going to bless you will look in your face some sort of a kindness, that begging thing. That face will actually our faces are very transparent. Okay, that reflection will be there. So when you are near the feet, that humbleness, that humility, automatically, that arrogance is there. Now look at Duryodhana. So you know the story, what happens, Krishna wakes up and he sees naturally the one who is near the feet. So, Duryodhana gets angry. What does he get? Arjuna gets the chance to ask. He asks only Krishna. So Duryodhana feels so happy, he is so happy that, oh, I needed the army. Krishna says, I'm not going to fight, but I can give you the army. So 11 Akshoni, with all the warriors, he promises. But that humility, so the one who is going to show the humility is what Krishna is going to like. We will be seeing that also. Okay. Mataji? Name
न मे विदु सुरगणाः प्रभवं न महर्षयः अहमादिर्हि देवानां महर्षीणां च सर्वशः.
Neither the hosts of demigods nor the great sages know my origin. For in every respect, I am the source of the demigods and the sages. Who is this in this image? Anybody? Anyone can participate. Who could be, I mean, the possibility, guess what? Just guess. Who could be this? This is Devaki. Okay. All the demigods, they come and do the parikrama. Okay. She feels that there is somebody in the room, like, so she is pregnant, and Krishna is going to just come out. I mean, it's all his he is not actually in, but then that Jyoti, that everybody is like looking, and she is able to perceive. That is also Yogamaya. No? Krishna makes sure that she is able to understand. So the demigods are wondering, how is she able to see us? They all know, so they are doing the parikrama because Krishna is going to descend and come down and be with us. So when he is going to be with us, so naturally they are all around her to see the mystic power. And so what they are doing, and they're all wondering that how does she know that we are all here. That is also there. You can see Brahma, Shiva, Narada, all the demigods, Chandra, Surya, everybody is here. Yes, Mataji. Third one.
यो माम् अजमनादिं च वेदिल्लोकमहेश्वरम् असम्मूढसस्पर्त्येषु सर्वपापैः प्रमुच्यते.
He who knows me as the unborn, as the beginningless, as the supreme Lord of all the worlds, he undeluded among men is freed from all sins. Once we understand Krishna, once we know, once we surrender, we do the devotional service, we have this knowledge, then we are freed from all the sins. We don't have to keep doing different austerities to remove the sins. Once we understand, once we have this knowledge that he is unborn, he is anadhi, he is a supreme, he is a supreme soul, and we are all part and parcel of him. So once we understand that, then we are relieved from all the sins. Okay, the sixth shloka. Maharshya sapta purve.
महर्षः सप्त पूर्वे चत्वारो मनवस्तथा मद्भावमानसा जाता येषां लोक इमा प्रजाः.
Okay, the 7 great sages, and before them the 4 other great sages, and the manus, like all are born out of my mind. Okay, Sankal, Shan. It's like they don't get into the fetus. So who are those 7? Saptarishi Mandala and all you would have seen, and in the plain sky you will see all creatures in these planets descend from them. Kashyapa, Atri, Vasishta, Vishwamitra, Gautama Maharishi, Jamadagni, and Bharadwaja. So you would have heard, some of the Gotras in different clans, different. So you would have heard these names also. Chaturvedi, Trivedi, Dvedi. That means those who have studied 2 Vedas, Dvedi. Chaturvedi, those who had. So it was all like our ancestors. Same way, Kashyapa Gotra, Atri Gotra. Gotra is, we are all descendants from them. We can adopt any culture, any religion, anything that we can, but everybody is descended from there. And who has made sure they've all descended from Krishna's mind? Okay, so all the Manus, all the great sages. Okay, who is this? Anyone can guess. Is it Mathura, Dwaraka? You will see Krishna and Balarama coming up. Okay, when they come, any great personality, when they enter, you will see that the whole place is glorified. The whole place has got that, that fragrance and that freshness, that you will find there is some vibration. So that's what happens whenever Krishna enters anywhere. 7th shloka, Mataji.
एतां विभूतिं योगं च मम यो वेति तत्त्वतः सोऽविकल्पेन योगेन युज्यते नात्र संशयः.
So they are just entering, and you will see that everybody automatically, bends down. And which is this place? Any idea? Any guess? It's a glory. It's the power of mind engages in unalloyed devotional service. That of this there is no doubt. So that glory and that power, that mystic power is shown. And see, the age that you see, it is not Dwaraka. It has to be Mathura. If you remember, Akrura goes and brings from Vrindavan to Mathura because Kamsa calls that Mushtika. If you remember all that story, we don't go into the Mahabharata story. But when they enter, because he is in the chariot, is just got down. Both of them have got down. Both of them are brought, and look at the people just falling on his ground, fall on his feet. Okay. Yes, Lord Krishna appears in every millennium in various incarnations to annihilate the demons, protect the devotees, and re-establish the principles of religion. You're seeing Matsya, Kurma, Varaha, Narasimha. You are seeing all the avatars here. See, Lord Krishna appears in every millennium in various incarnations to annihilate the demons, protect the devotees. There are three words: annihilate the demons. Okay. Protect the devotees and re-establish the principles of religion. Dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. This is one. From upper left-hand corner, Lord Matsya, the fish incarnation. Lord Kurma, the tortoise incarnation. Okay. And Lord Varaha, the boar incarnation. Lord Nrisimha Deva, the man-lion incarnation. All of them, they're in the extended energy. They're all in Goloka also. So Lord Vamana, the dwarf Brahmana incarnation, Bali Chakravarti for Bali. Lord Parashurama, the warrior. It's an Avesh Avatara. Parashurama just came, and then Ramachandra, Lord Krishna, Lord Balrama, Lord Buddha, Lord Kalki, who's still to come, in order to deliver the pious and to annihilate the miscreants, as well as to re-establish the principles of religion. Okay, so this was in the 4th chapter. You have seen all the avatars. So all is glories, all is mystic power. We are being seen. How are we seeing? Through the scriptures. But here, Bhagavan himself is speaking. Yes, Mataji, 8th sloka.
अहं सर्वस्य प्रभवो मत्तः सर्वं प्रवर्तते इति मत्वा भजन्ते मां बुधा भाससमन्विताः.
So I'm the source of all spiritual and material worlds. He's a source. So everything emanates from him, the Garbhodaya Sai Vishnu. The wise who know this perfectly engaged in my devotional service and worship me with all their hearts. The heart has to be, that is, the heart is like basically our intelligence, our mind, our soul. Once we have that faith and determination, Mahavishwasam is very important. I have total faith in Krishna. Krishna is around me. He is watching me. He is seeing me. He is the spectator. Everything is written. I know that he is seeing. I know that I speak to him. So this feeling has to come. How will it come? Only when we chant. Only when we have those devotional services. Services could be anything, anyway. Small. Kulashekara Alvar, when we were speaking, he used to go to the temple, it seems, and immediately start take the broomstick and start cleaning it up. His wife will follow. They will never show that they are the king and the queen. Even now, Nadwara, I don't know, many of you must be knowing, in Nadwara, every 10 minutes, the temple will close, and there are 100 broomsticks, and everybody will start. Let it be a very rich or a very big businessman. They will start cleaning it up. They will clean it up, and people will be doing garland, this one, and they'll be cleaning, and they'll be decorating. There'll be, there will be a group which will be singing the bhajans. So many of the temples, those are all devotional service. At least every day I give that time to do this service. What will happen? Otherwise, also the cleaning will still take place. But then you getting involved, getting engaged will make your mind purified. You will have a lot of peace at the end of the day. You'll feel, oh, I did something and I'm so happy because Krishna is with me. I'm doing. So never ever have this imagination, I am doing. No, he is making you do. So think that way. He's giving an opportunity for you to get into this, get engaged into this. Even, whatever you get from here, if you think that, your friends also should get, your other family members should get, even those links, get, join in the next course. Those are all small services. January 3rd, the new course starts. Linking, getting registered, helping somebody in that way, that is also devotional service. Of course, Bhagavad Gita distribution is the Gita Jayanti. So in this Ekadashi day, this month, whenever you want, you can distribute Bhagavad Gita book. All those are devotional service. Anything that you do for any living entity, he is going to be very, very happy. Okay, that will make our control our mind, purify ourselves, and never get disturbed, go on the balance. That will come only when we have this knowledge that Krishna is the supreme, he is a person, he is in the personal form with 4 hands. He is not energy. My father was not energy. My grandfather was not energy. So how can Krishna who has descended can be just energy? So we need to be very, very careful in this, understanding that he is a person. Okay, 9th shloka, Mataji.
मच्चित्तमद्गता प्राणबोधयन्त परस्परं कथयन्तश्च मां नित्यं तुष्यन्ति च रमन्ति च.
Ramanti cha, the thoughts of my pure devotees dwell in me. Their lives are surrendered to me, and they derive great satisfaction and bliss, enlightening one another and conversing about me. The beauty is like, whenever you see that anybody. So when I began my career as a school teacher, so I'll go to, there are different staff rooms, and wherever they talk about the sister-in-law, mother-in-law, the maid, I'll walk away. And I'll, not that I'm doing something great, but then where you link, what links, not that they're all bad people. No, not at all. So now there is one group of teachers who will be talking about, they're all Jawan's children, most of them army, because cantonment. So then the students will be like, okay, the teachers will be talking, this person needs more help. This person is very weak in physics. That one I think is very good in chemistry. Oh, I'll go and sit there. And there is one bhajan group also, one will be taught. So what you have to choose, that pure devotees, the thoughts of my pure devotees dwell in me. Their lives are surrendered to me, and they derive great satisfaction and bliss, enlightening one another. That, sadhu sangha, one another, and having the conversation, conversing about me, means just talk about. So you need to select those people accordingly. Are you able to hear it? Such a contentment and satisfaction. Imagine. Are you able to hear this?
No, Mataji.
No sound.
Okay. Thank you. See the other devotee jumping like you try this, okay? Try, you will find so much of peace and anand. see the anand, see the happiness. And can you imagine, jumping like this and clapping? Clapping is an acupressure, and this jumping is so good. So how people have made, and Srila Prabhupada, when he is like, around 72, 73, the way he is jumping and the way he is making everybody. So when he was asked, why have you come here? And people were very, what is this like? So no. In London, in one of the speech, I think I told you also, they asked, why have you come? So no, you have taken all the things from us, but then you forgot Bhagavad Gita, so I came to hand deliver that to you. So he said, it seems. What does it show? So I mean, no fear, nothing, with all convictions, all faith, and look at the followers, 2,000, 3,000 youth that too. They just followed him. What was the attraction? Because it is Bhagavan, it is Krishna, it is he who had made everybody to move like this. So the devotees are just not there, and we don't accept, and we have all those inhibitions still. But then without any inhibitions, when you have that conviction, when you have that faith, when you are in that Gopi Chandan, and then you say that it is Krishna who has made me to speak like that, that is where that confidence comes. And we ourselves will raise up. Okay, so Krishna will speak from within. And if we hesitate somewhere, that is only when we don't have the trust, when we don't have the faith. I'm sure all of you have the trust. That's why you're here in the morning, so I don't doubt about that. Yes, Grishma Mataji, you will get late. Tesham
तेषां सततयुक्तानां भजतां प्रीतिपूर्वकं ददामि बुद्धियोगं तं येन माम् उपयान्ति ते.
Yes, Dadami, I'm going to give Buddhi Yogam to those who are constantly devoted and worship me with love. I give the understanding by which they can come to me. So that Buddhi Yogam, that is the Buddhi Yogam which he is going to give. He says Dadami. Dadami is I will give, constantly devoted. So morning we got up, plucked the flowers and did the archana, did some, the chanting, because almost, so many rounds when we do, and when we chant, whether you walk, but then focus is always there. So what is happening? You will get that Buddhi Yogam. What is Buddhi Yogam? Total devotion, unconditional devotion, unconditional positive regard for all the living entities, because it is Krishna who has created. And then my thought, my feeling, my actions, everything is surrendered to him. Then automatically my mind is controlled. You understand that the need for mind control you have seen. And how and why? Because Krishna is ready to give. Who is this in this image? Anyone? Dhruva Maharaj. He wanted Suniti Surichi, if you remember, and he wanted to sit on his father's lap. But then when he took so much of, serious, Narad Muni was his guru, but then he took it so serious. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya went on, and, with one foot standing, and then with a few dried leaves and little water for 3 months. Is it possible? He did it. And the whole Devaloka started, trembled, because he stopped his breath also for some time. Then naturally Krishna came down, and then he said, Dhruva, he said, no, now I don't need kingdom or anything, but I need, I have taken above than that. I am with you. I would want to be with you. So he got Dhruva Loka, which is eternal again, above everything. Yes, Mataji. Tesham evan.
तेषाम् एवानुकम्पार्थ अहमज्ञानजं तमः नाशयाम्यात्मभावस्तो ज्ञानदीपेन भास्वता.
Jnana Deepena. Oh, Srijita Mataji, I totally forgot. I'm reading it. You're there to read.
It's
Yes.
okay, Mataji, no problem.
Right. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Out of compassion for them, I, dwelling in their hearts, destroy with the shining lamp of knowledge the darkness born of ignorance.
Yes, shining lamp. When the sun is there, we don't need a lamp, right? So the compassion for them, because I have a lot of compassion for them, I dwelling in their hearts. I stay in their hearts, destroy with a shining lamp of knowledge the darkness born of ignorance. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's, I know in the Charitamrita also, you will see that I don't need anything, but then that ignorance, take out that ignorance. Who is this in this? Parikshit Maharaja listening from Sukadev, Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay. In this picture, Kapila also is the Avesha Avataram. One of Krishna's Avesha Avataram. Avesha Avataram means for a particular reason they come and they just go back. So he is Kadama Maha Prajapati's wife is Devahuti. He is actually giving all those explanation of what is Vanaprastha, how one should get detached. So there is almost 150 reply for, he explains. The son is explaining to the mother. And this one is Krishna when he is ready to go back to his abode. This is these two. The one who was missing him so much was Uddhava and Maitreyi. They don't want him to go, but then Krishna explains, where they can find him in Srimad Bhagavatam, in Kali Yuga Srimad Bhagavatam, in Gantaki river in the form of Shaligrama. So he will say that I am here, I'm in these places, don't worry. Okay, this is 10.12, 13 shlokas. If we all recite together, and because total devotion, it's a lovely shloka where Arjuna is totally now not surrendered. See, till the last he didn't surrender, but he says that you are everything for me. You are the one, you are the Param Brahma, Param Dhamma, Pavitram, you are everything. You are the Purusham, you are the only Purusha. So, and you are Shashvatam, so you are Divyam, everything. So this shloka we should all recite, okay? Yes, Mataji. Arjuna Vacha.
Arjuna Uvacha Param Brahma Param Dhama Pavitram Paramam Bhavan Purusham Shashvatam Divyam Adidevam Vibhum Ahustvam Rishayas Sarve Devarshir Naradastada Asito Devalo Vyasa Swayam Chaiva Bravishime.
Yes.
Arjuna said, "You are the supreme Brahman, the ultimate, the supreme abode and purifier, the absolute truth and the eternal divine person. You are the primal God, transcendental and original, and you are the unborn and all-pervading beauty. All the great sages such as Narada, Asita, Devala, and Vyasa proclaimed this of you, and now you yourself are declaring it to me."
Yes, everybody, all of them say this, but then you yourself are saying, so you are the supreme Brahman, ultimate. So you are not only saying, but everybody agrees with it. And everybody says, everybody writes, and things are there in place. But I now understood that you are the supreme Brahman. So Arjuna has, on our behalf, he has said, he has understood. Basically, got the knowledge that you are the purifier and you are the absolute truth. So you have all these divine, opulences with you. So you are the absolute truth. Yes, Mataji. 14 and 15.
Sarvametridam manye yanmam vadasi keshava nahi te bhagavan vyaktim vidurdeva nadanavaha.
Swayam
Shall I repeat?
Atmanam. Say that also.
Okay, Mataji. Swayam evatmanatmanam vetatvam purushottamam bhuta bhavana bhutesha deva deva jagatpate.
Yes.
O Krishna, I totally accept as truth all that you have told me. Neither the gods nor demons, O Lord, know thy personality. Indeed, you alone know yourself by your own potencies, O origin of all, Lord of all beings, God of gods, O supreme person, Lord of the universe.
So he has accepted the truth. This is what is happening now in the 10th chapter. Slowly and gradually, ekam vada, okay, tell me, I agree, I understand. So slowly and gradually, he has come to that level where he said, I understand you. You have all the potencies, you have all the effulgences, you have all the opulences. Now only I understand. So you are the original God of gods. So he has now he's trying to understand, and he has accepted it. By 10th chapter, he has accepted. Yes, you are the one. Yes, mother. Katam vidyamaham. 17th and 18th. Katham vidyamaham yogin swam sada parichintayan keshu keshu cha bhaveshu chintayosi bhagavanmaya vistarena atmano yogam vibhotim cha janardana bhuyak katayat triptirhi shrunvato nasti me mritam.
How should I meditate on you? In what various forms are you to be contemplated, O blessed Lord? Tell me again in detail, O Janardana, of your mighty potencies and glories, for I never tire of hearing your ambrosial words.
Yes, are we all tired? Keep listening about Krishna, keep listening about his pastimes, keep listening about all this Gopika, that Gopas, what they say. We are not tired. None of us are tired. I don't think so. If we are tired, we would not be here, right? So Arjuna says, now tell me more about you. So, okay, quickly, I want you all to see this, who are all there, and everyone is, so you will see Airavadam, Yuchishva, this horse, Shiva, Brahma, right? Narada, you're seeing Narada, then the serpent, the Rama here with this like Parashurama, all of them. And you're also seeing the lion. So what is it? What is it? After the manthan, no, everything comes out. Om. So he's explaining now. The blessed Lord said, yes, I will tell you my all that splendorous manifestation, but only of those which are prominent. O Arjuna, of my potencies is limitless. It is limitless. But whatever you are able to, which is where is prominent, I'm going to say that. I am among. So I'm Vishnu among Adityas. I'm sun, and then among the light. Marichi in Marutas. Moon and stars. In stars, is the moon. Samaveda among the Vedas. So in demigods is Indra. Senses is the mind. Living beings is the life force. Rudras is Lord Shiva. Yakshas and Rakshasas, Kuvera. Okay, in priests, he is Brahaspati. Brahaspati is the Guru. Generals, he is the Skanda. So the Skanda Gada is a general actually. Body is a water, ocean. Sages, Bhrigu. Vibrations, in vibrations is the Om, Pranava Mantra. Yesterday also we saw. Chanting a holy name, Japa, that is the sacrifices. Immovable things is the Himalayas. In trees is Ashwatha. Sages of demigods is Narada. Singers of demigods, Chittaratha. Perfected beings, Siddhas, Kapila. Then in horses, Uchashrava, you saw that horse there. Then in monarch, like in men is a monarch. Vajra in weapons. Cows, Surabhi. Surabhi gives milk all over continuously. So then in procreators is Kandarpa. In serpents is Vasuki, snakes Ananta, then aquatic deities. You can see, all of them in the shlokas itself, in the deities among Varuna, he is the Varuna. Departed ancestors is Aryama. Dispensers of law, he is Yama. Yamadharmaraja is the best lawyer, okay? Very calculated and the right thing that he does. But dispensers of law, Yama. Daitya demons, Prahlada. He is the Daitya. Subduers, time. Beast is a lion. In birds, Garuda. Purifiers, wind. Wielders of weapon, Rama. Fishes, shark. Among the flowing rivers, Ganges. Creations, beginning, end, and also middle. Sciences, spiritual science of the self. Then in logicians, conclusive truth. In letters, akara. Then compound words, dual word, Dvandva samasa it is. Creators, Brahma. Okay, among the creators is Brahma. So all his glories, all his opulences, all that wherever he is, what is it like? Among women, this is very important. Many of them, oh, he doesn't believe, he says among women, what is it? Fame, fortune, speech, memory, intelligence, faithfulness, and patience. Among the hymns, Brahat Samaveda, poetry, Gayatri, months, Margari, November, December, this month. So, seasons, among the seasons, it's spring. Cheats, gambling, he's there in gambling, okay, splendid, splendor. Then victory, Yenna is like victory and adventure is he. Strong, among the strong is a strength. Then descendants of Vrishni, Vasudeva. Pandavas is Arjuna. Sages, Vyasa. Thinkers, Usana. Punishments, rod of chastisement. Then victory seekers, morality. Secrets, is the silence. Wise, wisdom. So he is the one. He is in everything, but he is the one. The same thing what we just read. These are the forms. Okay, this is the images that you're seeing in this. I really need to rush. I'm sorry, but please read. Don't forget to read it. Reading will be very, very helpful for you. You will really enjoy that. Okay. Then 39th shloka. Okay. We covered a lot of shlokas into that. What is he? Yachapi sarva bhutanam bijam tadaham Arjuna na tadasti vina yatsyan maya bhutam characharam. Yes, Mataji. Furthermore,
O Arjuna, I am the generating seed of all existences. There is no being moving or unmoving that can exist without me.
without him, nobody, nothing can, not even single anu can move. So he's the seed of all existences. That is very, very important. He's a bijaham. Nantosti mama divyanam vibhutinam parantapa yesha sadvashatak prokto vibhutir vistaro maya.
O mighty conqueror of enemies, there is no end to my divine manifestations. What I have spoken to you is but a mere indication of my infinite opulences.
Infinite, like you cannot count. Okay, you cannot count. So now how he is addressing Arjuna? Conqueror of enemies. He's already seen. Conqueror of enemies means from his mind he is already controlled. Arjuna has controlled his mind. The mind was the enemy because he had the compassion and kindness. So that is why Krishna is now, that is the best teacher, no? So he's addressing, because already he knows Arjuna is into that where he has come out of that. So he has conquered the mind. There is no end to my divine manifestation. What I have spoken to you is but a mere indication of a small thing that he has spoken, but then his opulences are infinite. Okay, in this shloka, this was very important to tell about Arjuna. He has addressed Arjuna. Okay, why is Krishna on this leaf? And then what is it that, why is his toe in the mouth? Anybody? It seems Markandeya Muni wanted to see his Leela. Okay, so he totally annihilates Pralayam and then he brings. And then it is also said in this Bhagavatam that he just said, everybody touches my feet, everybody falls for my feet. Let me see how it is. So it is his pastime again. Know that all opulent, beautiful, and glorious creations spring from but a spark of my splendor. That is the 41st shloka. Okay. His Leela Vibhuti, his pastime. Okay. No. All right. It's taking a lot of time to move also. Yes. अथवा बहुनैतेन किं ज्ञातेन तवार्जुन विष्टभ्या अहमिदं कृत्स्नमेकांशेन स्थितो जगत्.
But what need is there, Arjuna, for all this detailed knowledge? With a single fragment of myself, I pervade and support this entire universe.
Yes, why so much of knowledge needs to be given? Otherwise, how will we know? How will we know about Krishna? So Krishna is giving all these explanations. Do you think Arjuna doesn't know? He knows. As a Naranarayanan, before previous birth also they were there, and Karna was the one of the Asura. So he went and hid himself in the Surya. That is why he comes with the Kavacha. That's a different story. But what I'm saying is, Arjuna knows, but how will we know? We are so fortunate because Krishna through Arjuna is explaining everything for us to know. We are just as, with a single fragment of myself, I pervade and support this entire universe. This is the most important. Entire universe is supported by him. So what is that we studied here? Krishna is unknowable and source of all. Name vidu suragana. Pure bhakti, essence of Bhagavad Gita, mat chitta madgata prana. Arjuna accepts Krishna's supreme position. Sarvam etadritam manye. Lord Krishna describes his vibhutis, his opulences. Divya he atma vibhutaya. So when he has explained everything, what is it we need to do? We have already controlled our mind. We are already in that platform where we have started doing devotional service, where we want to do unalloyed devotional service, where we want to get liberated, where we don't want the birth, death cycle again. But Krishna doesn't want you to keep quiet, doesn't want you to sit in the Himalayas and do the meditation, but he wants you to start doing the devotional service and all your prescribed duties, thinking that now that you have the knowledge, thinking that it is for Krishna you're doing. He is the one who, yes, Divya Behra. Okay, no problem. So people have written, they will be leaving the class, right? So what is it that Krishna's message here is, all my, infinite opulences you're understanding, but then just a spark, I create this universe. Just a small, that is what we need to understand. That false ego will automatically go. When we start understanding this knowledge, you saw from 7th chapter onwards, slowly and gradually is building up. The next chapter is that Virat Rupa. So right now, the concept, we have perceived it, okay? We are going to see it in the next chapter tomorrow. Okay, I will stop here. Any doubt, any question? Because I'm trying to look into the timing. That's why I don't go into the detail, because it's level 1. In 18 days, 1 hour for one chapter is the tiniest thing that we are doing. It is just to ignite and give you that motivation. Okay, so be with us. Thank you. Hare Krishna, all devotees. And then Prajesh Prabhu, thank you. Hare Krishna. We can wind up. Grishma Mataji has left. Rupa Manjari Mataji, let your throat become okay for tomorrow. Okay.
Okay, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Devamrita Vasu, we were waiting. You came and you went away. We were waiting for your Guru Bandhana, but we will do it tomorrow. Okay. Thank you so much. We'll certainly do it. And we do want to hear your Guru Bandhana. We will all follow that. So thank you so much. We all our devotees have classes and college or work. So I don't want you to get delayed. So please do join us early, all of. Okay. Thank you, Prajesh Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Srijita Mataji. Thank you, everybody. Join us tomorrow. We'll see you. Hare Krishna. Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Start, Prajesh Prabhu.
Yes,
Krishna Chaitanya. Ananda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Thank you. Have a good day. Krishna Day.